This meeting is being recorded.
So there's nothing happening. There seems to be happening a lot, and that's the everything. But everything is an appearance. So there's only an appearance happening, and in the same time, it's nothing. There's nothing happening. So that's it. There's no me. There's no one. There's no one inside. It seems there are real bodies, and when there's me going on, there seems to be everything is real and solid. So there seems to be me going on. The body is real. Circumstances are real. Everything seems to be real. And when there's me and there seems to be other persons, the world, and there seems to be a world that is that's a threat. There's a fear, like, oh, this is not enough. I'm not enough. I have to make it right. I have to do something to make it right. I have to earn enough money. I have to be loving because otherwise I'm rejected. No, all that it's in the dual world. When there's feeling like I'm here and there's someone else, there's always something going on about, oh, I have to go, and it's really important. Everything is important. Not everything, but a lot of things is important because there's a really struggle to survive, or a really strong feeling I have to survive. I have to survive in this world, and I have to do something about everything what's not right for me. When there's me, it's always about me. There's only about me. In the end, it's always about me or you or whatever. And that's it. And that's it. There's nothing happening, and there's only an appearance. So there's an apparent world, there's an apparent me, there's an apparent Rose. And there's in the same time, there's no Rose. There's no Rose. There's no identity. It's not only here. It's just an example for saying that. It's everywhere like that. It's just, there's no Rose. There's no other people. There can be an appearance of a body, but that's it. There's no continuation. It's this. It's already complete as it is. So there's nothing needed to go for or to change. It's just this. And this is not really a message because there's nothing to say. But I can be talking. It seems to be talking and walking and doing anything. And I can be talking about this. That's what's happening, apparently. And that's going on. And there can be questions. And that's just it. This is it. And it's already complete. It's everything. It's everything. There's nothing not it. There can't be not it. It's life. Life is everything. So it's the way the body is looked, the body looks, the talking, table. It's everything. And nothing is more important than anything else. It's energy. It's just energy flowing like that. And we as humans think like, oh, I'm in this body and we can think and we have a free will and we are better than animals or buildings or stones. Nothing is better than anything else. It's just different. That's the freedom. So we can talk about that. And there can be questions. There can be any question about whatever you want to say about your parents or about yourself or anything. It doesn't matter. And we see what happens. There's no right and there's no wrong either, of course. And this is also not only in the words. The words can be spoken, and there can be saying, "Oh, this is it," or saying to yourself, "It is like it is," or saying to yourself like, "There's no world," or "Everything is an appearance," or we talk about non-duality talk like, "Oh, but there's an apparent happening here," and that things like that. It's just words, and that has nothing to do with where we are talking about. That it's energetic. So you can use words like that or not. It doesn't matter. But it's not about words. It's not about knowing. This talking and this where we're talking about has nothing to do with knowing or understanding. This can't be understood. There's no need for it to, but it can't be understood. So understanding is useless. It can be nice for a while, but that's it. Ah, there's an oh. There's a chat, but it's in Dutch. I will translate. A colleague wants to make an appointment with me, and I don't. I'm avoiding her. So I don't, I have trouble with her. I'm here. Um, but that's what's happening, apparently. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing better than something else. There's just what's apparently happening. So that's it. And there's no one, so there's no choice. So that's what's going on. There's going on. There's nothing going on like we think we have a free will, so we can say this I want and this I don't want. We can say that, but it's it's a dream that there's a possibility to choose. There's no one choosing. There's only what's apparently happening. So it doesn't matter what is happening. It doesn't matter. For me, it seems like this is important and this is what I don't want. And all the time it's about me and wanting to feel good. That's the trouble of me, that there's always some struggle about wanting to feel good and doing the right thing and all that. It's a dream. There's no me. It's a construct. And it seems like it's a follow-up on that huge embodied belief there's something wrong. This is not enough. I should make it right. There's something going on like that. And when that's really like it's there seems to be a drive to make it right and to do something about it. And that's with the belief that I can do that or I have to do that. And this is completely something else. This saying there's no one, there's no free will or choice. There's only an appearance, and it's what's happening. That's it. It's what's apparently happening. So everything is an appearance. Nothing is happening. It can be a story. It's a dream. It's not wrong. It's just a story. And there's a question, what is the sense of me? It can be different. It can be a sense. What I remember, there was a sensation here. I thought that was the me. Some people have it here, thinking that's a sensation somewhere here. It's just a sensation that it's no me. That's the conclusion that we make. There's no me. It's just a sensation somewhere. There's already no me. So maybe you don't know. So, okay, that can also happen. But there seems to be a very huge belief, embodied belief, that you are someone. That's more it. And sometimes it's felt somewhere in the body. Maybe not always. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Because there's already no me. There's never been a me. It's very simple and very ordinary. This what we are talking about. It's ordinary. It's what it is. That's it. We are so used to abstract everything and look at it because there seems to be an awareness or a noticing and look at it and trying to explain or trying to do something with it, grasp it. This can't be grasped. This has nothing to do with the story of or something that's real. There's no value in feeling good, someone says. For me, there can be value in because it seems very important to feel good and do everything to do that. Feeling good, feeling good. There can be a nice, no, not even nice. There can be all kinds of feelings. It doesn't matter. It's everything. It's everything. So it's not about this feeling is better than that feeling. That's only in the story of me. There seems to be a longing for happiness and feeling free or good, because there's a feeling of there's something lost, and there's looking for that what seems to be lost. But it can't be found because it's not in the story, and it's never that what is longed for. It's never enough, or it's not long enough, or something. There's always something not really. So it goes on and on. So it thinks it's away from the pain and looking for a good, and has nothing to do with that. It's everything. It's everything. When there's no separation, when that duality is not there, it's duality is also not real. It seems to be that there's a two, that there's me and that. It's already not like that. But it's so convincing that it seems to be like that. There's a looking for no me or for something else. And can't see that it's already that what's happening. Everything. Thinking I am a me is that what's happening. So it's already complete. No need to look for a good feeling. There can be. There can be looking for a good feeling. Then that's what's happening. So it can't be wrong. It's everything. It's everything. But when there's me, it seems to be there's something right, there's something wrong. And then there's that's and it's maybe there's already something going on. Yeah, it's not about right and wrong, but then it's maybe more subtle. Then it's like, it doesn't feel floating or freeing or other words. We're using other words. But it's the same thing. Like this is not already. This is not complete. There seems to be something else. Maybe we can be all consciousness, or there's so many teachings about that. And it's always about there's something not right yet, and hopefully one day we will find it. There's nothing to find. That's the joy. That's the freedom. It's already everything. It's everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's an appearance. So it's this, it's everything. That's the freedom. You can't say to yourself, oh, this is everything. It's everything. So it's okay. This is just everything. Saying to yourself, that's just words. This is energetic. This is about something else. Hmm. Now there's another chat. Oh, it's all direct to me. There seems to be something special there that's not here because you don't feel like a me and I do. Ah, that seems to be special. Yeah, it's not. That's so strange because that we are so used to think like, oh, there's something going on, like, and don't have that, and I want that too, or how can I do it or not do it or whatever. It's already that feeling there is a me. Maybe there's a certain thinking like, oh, I am a me. Then that's what's happening, and that's it. There's nothing wrong with feeling there is a me, or maybe a sensation and then saying, oh, that's the me. Then that's what's happening. When there's me, that's the strange thing. When there's me going on, a feeling like I am someone and I have my life and there's something going on, there's always somewhere a struggle like, oh, I'm not, this is not enough. This is this is I'm not good enough, or it is not enough, or there's something not right yet, or something. There's always something going on like that. It's a misunderstanding, but it's so embodied. So there will be always a comparing like, oh, that would be better than this, and always things like that. Oh, maybe that. What can I do to reach that? So that's the same as looking towards maybe to me or other persons like, oh, she has something or lost something. I want that too. I can't see that's the strange thing. It's already what's going on. That's everything. It's everything. So that's it already. It doesn't matter what it is. Thinking I'm a me or whatever thinking, that's live thinking. There's no content in it. It's that it has any that doesn't have any meaning. Maybe you think it has meaning, then there's thinking it has meaning. Yeah, then that's what's happening. This can't be. There's no direction. It's everything. So it can't be something. It's everything. This is not about understanding. It has nothing to do with that. But underneath, or not underneath, but in the same time, there's energetic, there's something going on because there's no answer. There's just nothing. And it's, it, it's not the same as that there's an answer and maybe an understanding or doing something with it. It's just asking something and that's it. There are no answers. It's already this. What's going on? Looking at the wall, maybe.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. And you? Mm.
Good. I wanted to ask you what happens to relationships when the me drops or dissolves?
There are no relationships. So maybe there can be body arising, but there's no one in it. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that. There are no relationships. That's there's not only here someone, there's no one here in Rose. It's not like that. There is nothing. And it's an apparent happening. There's no rose or something. And that's the same with other bodies that can appear. That's it. And there can be a reaction maybe, or that's it.
But the relationships that you already had, and as you're dissolving and you dissolve, you're gone, they continue from momentum, or does that change?
You don't know. There can be they appear or not, maybe. I can't say.
Hmm.
There's no one already. So and everything is an appearance. So this body is also an appearance. So there's can be bodies appearing or chairs. But that whole identity thing, that's lost. That whole grasping and thinking I have to behave in a certain way or all that. Maybe there's still neurosis left. I don't, but it can happen. Or certain behavior that's so embodied. That can be like that, but so what? That doesn't matter. And that's maybe they're screaming, yeah, or yeah, can happen. And everything can happen. It's already like that, but we think we have to keep it or do something about it or all that. It's the same, but that whole dream isn't there. That's it. But everything, we think that whole dream that we are making our relations work or not work, or we do bad, we did bad, or all that. That's just a dream. What's happening or what seems to happen, that's it already. There's no power in all those thoughts or all that. I have to do this, or I should, I am responsible, or I don't know. Can happen all that, but it's a dream. There's no. That's not what's how do you say that? What makes it happen? It's just energetic, and it's an appearance. So nothing is real.
But the me that dissolves, there could be conditioning in the body that would make the same momentum happen or not happen.
Yeah, there could be conditioning still happening. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but it's everything. So there's so what?
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's what me is. Me is this is important. This I should do this and not that, or all that things like that. And then it doesn't matter because it's everything. It's everything. So it's can be anger or fear or I don't know, sitting. But what me does, it's making a whole world and everything is extra. But I'm sitting here, and no one is watching at me, and all that. There's a whole story with that, and that's just lost. But what was that story? It was already a dream. It was just sitting already. Only that. It's very simple and tiny. There's no world. There's no outside. There's what's apparently happening. So table, computer, moving heads. That's it. And what's coming out, it's coming out by out. It's nothing talking. It's just coming out. It's not only here, it's everywhere. It's just you too. It's just like that. You're not doing that.
Rose, er is een chat.
Yeah, I know. You want to still say something still? Or
Yeah, I don't know. I've been feeling a sense of grief and loss. I can't explain it. It's yeah, it comes in waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can happen. Yeah, sure.
And it's there's no reason for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's it. There's never a reason. We thought it was because of this and because of that. But and then suddenly, oh, I don't know why. It's just happening. Yeah, it is. Yeah. There's no reason for anything. Yeah. It comes and goes and yeah. For no one. Just feelings. It's not feelings for you or something of in you. It's just feelings.
Yeah, thanks, Rose.
Okay. There's a chat. Why does the dream seems to change once the me drops if there's no me? But the dream doesn't change. The dream, there can be a dream, but what seems to be happening, it's just there's nothing changing in that sense. The dream is no more. No. It was already not. It was already just a dream. It's like, yeah, like that. And we already know it can be in a whole thing in your mind, and there can be a whole story happening, and then suddenly there's something happening, and then suddenly, oh, and it's just gone. And we go on. And so that's it. We think that whole dream and thinking and being busy with what's going on and trying to heal or trying to make it better, it's really important. It has no value at all. It's what's happening. It's already that. It's already happening apparently like that. Nothing to do with you or me. There's no you or no me. It's just life, feelings, walking, table. Just that. Very simple. Very ordinary, normal, nothing special at all. In a dream of me, there's wanting to be special in a way, or wanting recognition, or be maybe famous or seen or anything going on. This is very ordinary, walking, doing shopping. It's that, nothing more than that. And the me doesn't drop also. It's a, oh, there never was a me. Oh, it's more that. But it's not only a seeing. It's not a seeing. Was somebody saying that somewhere, and then it's like, no, it's not a seeing. It's something I can't even say what it is. It's like, but it's not only a seeing. That's more a kind of knowing or seeing an insight. This is about suddenly it's like, oh, and then it's lost. What isn't is lost in the story, and in the same time, of course, it isn't lost because it wasn't already there. It was already not there. This is crazy. You can't understand this. And there are words coming, and maybe you try to understand, and sometimes you understand, and sometimes you think, doesn't matter. It's just drinking tea. What is there to understand?
May I ask a question?
Sure.
So what I would call me is this idea that things should be different.
Yeah.
These kind of thoughts do not come to you anymore, but they do show up here. So that's what I would sort of label the me, is the one that plans for something to be different, or wishes something to be different, or judges others for being the way they are. So this doesn't seem to happen anymore there. So it's not like there's a me as an entity. It's just the way life expresses through this body includes these thoughts of judgment and ideas for things to be different. Then life expressing through that body doesn't include this kind of thoughts.
But here, this is not a body, and then in that body doesn't arise. How can you explain? This is just nothing, and it seems to be a body, and we assume that if I say like you, this is my body, and inside there's still me going on, and that feeling like this is not good enough or things, and there's no there. And we cannot understand because we think I'm here and I'm someone, and this body is there. So that's also there. That's of here in this body. There seems to be a someone and a body. It's not like that. It's all lost. So it's already, and that's already the case. But there can be it's so difficult to explain. There's nothing happening. This is everything, and there's nothing speaking. So there's no there. This is not Rose doesn't have that anymore. It's not like that. That seems to be like that because we're thinking in this is my life and you are like that, and that doesn't happen for you anymore. No. It's crazy. This is so you can't grasp it because that what arises, you think like that's wrong. That's not when there's still that's going on. Like I'm here, that me, and that is that this is not enough, and that is not complete yet. That's the misunderstanding because it's already complete. Also thinking this is not complete yet is completeness.
Thank you, Rose.
Okay.
Hey, Rose. Can you please talk a little bit about this sense of waiting for something to happen? You would say that it's just what's happening.
Yeah.
It keeps going for as long as it keeps going. There's no one here to do anything about it.
But it's everything. So when there's a waiting, it's not wrong. This is more describing of that's a belief, but a belief is not wrong. It's everything. And for when there seems to be me and there seems to be waiting for the moment that things are dropping or me is dropping or that doesn't happen anymore or things like that. Because it's looking for something that will happen, a state or a feeling, or maybe you don't even know what it would be, but it's definitely not what's going on right now. And then there's the answer, yes, it is. It is that already. And that's, huh? What is that? Because it's so convincing. Everything seeming in the world of me is about there's something not right, and we should make it better. And this is I have to learn, and then we have no, and all that. It's always about that. And there are a lot of teachings about how to do it in any form. Also, non-dualism teachings about how to understand maybe, or being complete consciousness, or there's so many different things. This has nothing to do with that, because it's completely out of the story. When there's a story, there's me involved, and there's that feeling, or there's something going on, there's something not right yet, and we have to make it right or complete or whatever. This is already everything. And also the thought or the feeling that it isn't, is it too? It can't be wrong. It can't be not it. It's everything. So it's life. It's just every thought, every movement, every what seems to happen. It's an appearance also. And it's thoughting, anything, without any meaning. And when they're thinking, oh, this has a meaning, then that's what's going on. Nothing is wrong. It's everything. But for me, it's like, no, it can't be that. And that's that contracted energy that so can be so embodied that it's that comes out of that. And it seems like that. And then it seems like, there's like, I still have that constructed energy. So there's still, and that it goes on. It's energetic, how that works, how that goes. That's so deep embodied. There's something not right yet in all kind of ways, maybe very subtle, sometimes stronger. Yeah. And there can be moments also like, oh, how could I think that? And then it comes back because it's very normal. And there's also, when there's me, there's also an identity. So that feels like I'm doing the right thing. I'm busy. This is my life. And there's a lot of importance in that. And then, so this message where they're saying there's nothing exists, nothing is real, so there's no me, that's also a threat. Can be a relief sometimes, but it's also a threat to everything what's believed in, or all behavior and things that seems to be right.
Thank you. So would you say that this waking dream is as real as the night dream?
Yeah, the night dream it's the same. Yeah. They came, and then suddenly it's waking up, and I'm thinking, what was that? it's an appearance, and that's can happen. That anything can happen. Seems like, but it seems so real. It's not. It's an appearance. It's like with an how do you say, a mirage, like that. Yeah. But when everything seems solid, then it becomes important. and you are there, and this is completely talking about something else. And maybe somewhere, because there are people coming to this meeting, like there's something ringing a bell somewhere. Wow, there's something going on like that.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, hello.
Would you say that the seeing of know me is sudden?
It's not a seeing, and sudden. I don't know if it's sudden. Can
I
be.
mean, does this happen out of the blue, like suddenly?
Yeah, out of the blue. Out of the blue. Yeah. 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 Just like, oh, huh? And it's so normal. It's so, wow. Yeah. Yeah. It is not a seeing, because there can be a seeing, there's no me, and then that's more superficial, more an insight like that. This is something else. It's just, you can't even talk about it because it's so obvious and so normal, and then you want to talk about it and you don't know the words. So I didn't speak about it for years, because I didn't know. I wanted to say it and I didn't have the words. That's also crazy, because it's so normal. How can you say it? That's it. Yeah.
But who's the one that is there to recognize there's no one?
There's no recognition there. That it's just more, oh, I don't know. There's no one recognizing it. It's, oh, and then, oh, there's no mention what's going on, mentioning that, oh, it's just that, or it's just that. No, I can't say how it is. That's what I know. You can't say how it is, because no, you can't say that. No. There's nothing mentioning it, of what normally, what in the story of me, and what I did. It's always like, oh, what's going on now? What is that feeling? Oh, I'm always busy with that. And then when that's not there, that's just a feeling. There's, yeah, not grasped or busy with it. How is something like that? Not important, not unimportant too. It's just what it is.
And grasping that feeling, it happens or it doesn't, is not up to anyone, because there isn't anyone.
Yeah, it's already like that. Yeah. Yeah. There seems to be a grasping that, because that's in the story when there's talking in the story, you say there's grasping, that feeling. Well, there's a feeling, and there can be thoughts, then that's what's happening. But sometimes there's an explaining, or there's more talking in the story to say how that goes. But there's no grasping. There's just what's happening. So that's grasping is already a story. But in the story, you can say something about it. Because what is grasping? it's just, I don't know. So it's just what's happening, that a feeling somewhere, moving the hand. And when there's me, there's always there's still that grasping. I went busy with it. That's still going on. That's that whole thing. That's so, see that, but there's no one doing that. But that can be so embodied, and that search, it can be so strong. Till it doesn't. It's energetic. There's no importance in it at all.
So funny. So funny. It's clear that there's no me involved in what's happening.
Mm.
And still this mechanism goes crazy. I want to control this. What's happening?
And there's no control.
No.
Yeah. That seems frightening, because when they're so involved, like I'm in control of things and I can do it, and then suddenly it's somewhere it comes in like, oh, no control, and it's like yeah.
It's like a ghost that is grasping
Yeah.
face.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing how that can work. Yeah. And it's grass, and it's, oh, nothing in it. It doesn't. Yeah.
It knocks itself out completely.
Yeah.
Oh, funny stuff.
It's funny now that every question that comes up to mind is like, who cares? It's just what's happening. So there's no reason or meaning behind it.
No.
And it's just almost, it kills the questions. It's just a question. It doesn't even need an answer. It's just what
Yeah, but it can be, and that's also a story about then that you know the answer, that it doesn't matter or things like that. You don't know. You don't know. So that's a new thing of like, oh, nothing matters or there's no answer. That's a way of, yeah, it's an understanding in some way, but yeah, that can be, yeah, that's a thing to grasp, and then you take it home and you think like, oh, that's what I'm gonna say to myself. Not really like that, but, and then that's a new belief, a new construct. It's everything. So it's every question. Doesn't matter if it's meaning or everything is meaningless. But so what? There can be questioning. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Thank you. Did your friends notice any change in you, Rose, after the apparent me dropped? Not that it dropped, but you know what I mean. In the story. No,
because what also is not there anymore is comparing with before. So that's lost too. So there's nothing busy with how it was before or now. So I don't know. It's not coming. It's not important. It's not even. It's not about it's important, but it's just not arising. There's no comparing with anything. That's what me does. Like, oh, before I was like this, and now it's much more relaxed, or things like that. It's what's happening. So that's it. And there's no Rose. That it's not Rose has no me anymore. That it's completely something else. It's just there's no Rose. So that whole thing about me and my life and what's going on in my life, there's nothing happening. It's just an appearance. This body is an appearance. So just feelings can happen. There can be talking in the story still with friends, or like, oh, how do you feel today? I don't know. But it's just talking like that, and then it's gone. Yeah.
Seems here that when this grasping and trying to control is exhausted, what remains is this, what you could call unconditional love.
Well, I don't understand. No, again?
This mechanism, like a few minutes ago, it was grasping and wanting to control it.
Yeah.
And it gave up, just exhausted, like.
Okay. Yeah.
and then what remained, what shines forth, I could say, is I think what Tony calls the beloved, or in my feeling, it's peace. I'm trying to grasp for something to get peace of whatever.
But it's everything. It's doesn't matter what it is. It's that. Yeah, that's the beloved. How Tony says that. Yeah.
Sure. And it's amazing because it's better than I could ever bring about by controlling it.
It's better than I could. You can't even say it's better. You can't even give it a, how do you say that? A name in that sense, or it's because already saying unconditional love is maybe the word, but even that is not accurate or something like that, because it's impossible to say. It's so, how can you say it like that? Yeah, that's it. It's like, yeah. And it's already that. It's that never has been different. It's always like that. But there can be, when that's feeling like, oh, there has to be something wrong, then but that's it too. But it can't be seen like that. That's already that too. So it's struggling in unconditional love. It can't be not it. That's the amazing part of it. Yeah. There's always been unconditional love. Even the struggling was it. Yeah.
But unconditional love can't be known, right? In the dream, it's just any type of love is conditional.
Yeah.
So when you say unconditional love, it's just a meaningless thing because nobody can know that.
No. It's not a feeling.
Just a label. Yeah, you can call it anything.
No. It can't be known, so it's useless. But every word is also useless. It's useless. Yeah.
So what would be the most appropriate word, would you say, Rose? If it's not love, what is it? Emptiness, nothingness. I've heard many types of words.
Yeah, but freedom. It's complete freedom. It's freedom, but not in a way that we know in the story, like free to, when you have a lot of money, you're free to do everything or something like that. No, but it's also unconditional love for me. It's like, oh, it is love. It is what not a feeling or so. It's so, but and it's also everything, and it's impossible to name it. It can be, maybe it's sometimes you say it like unconditional love. It's like, it's such a freedom, and sometimes it's you don't know even what to say. Most of the time it's like that, more like not saying it, not naming it. No, you can't say it in a meeting sometimes. Yeah. It doesn't need to be very strong. It can be subtle. And what also is we think in this is everything is something. A feeling, there's a glass, there's a person. It's always something. So how can we call it? This is called freedom because it feels very like that, or always is something. And then suddenly it's not something, it's everything. How can you call everything? It's like, what? There's no words. There are more words for something. So that's out of the story. It's like everything. Like, how can you, huh? How can, is that possible? Yeah. And it seems like something has a value. This is better. This is worse. This is always that. And what I'm saying is everything, and there's nothing better than anything else. It's just everything. It's just what it is. Whatever. No import. This is not more important than anything else. So that whole thing that wait, this is something, and I want to reach the end of anything. It's always about something and with a value and a meaning. And then they say, no, it's everything and it doesn't have any meaning. It's everything and it's not more important than anything else. It's that. It's just that's not the case. So it's completely something else. That's why you can't grasp it or understand. In the same time, it's so simple and ordinary. It's not something special that some people know or have or whatever. No, it's the only thing there is. That's...
Hi, Rose.
Hi, hello.
Like, I love the utter futility of this apparent meeting.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Mm. Mm.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
First, welcome back. I've missed
Oh.
you.
Oh.
I've really missed you. There's
Oh.
something pretty special about these live meetings, and I'm so glad you do them.
Oh, thanks.
And this one, well, several of your last ones have been really powerful for me. This one too. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but they're getting, I don't know, like kind of more intense and direct, and it's just, I just, anyway, thank you is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Earlier when you were talking about how it's not, it's not a concept, I just kind of wanted to give you feedback and would love to hear anything else you have to say about it. But I feel I would say that I've had like 2 glimpses. And the second one was caused by, right? No, it's like what kind of led me into it was something that you've said. And even during it, I was laughing and go, oh, thank you, Rose. And I would just laugh and go, there isn't. I just could see there wasn't a Rose. There was still me there partly. Yeah. Only partly. I could see none of this is real. And for me, it seems like it's like all the same in a way. It's like the same. But the thing you said, this is kind of what I wanted to share, was when you talk about like, where do perceptions happen? You know, like you say, where are you seeing something? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or like, if you hear something, where is that happening?
If you hear something weird? If you
hear something, you've said, like, where is that happening? Where is Where is so it was that whole idea with perception that took me into it's like you almost can never get an answer. To me it almost came down to something dimensionless, or which was also this. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just
no dimension
talking. I just wanted to hear anything you might say about that, especially today. I was thinking I would ask you kind of about not so much time as the past, because I heard somebody else say the other day, it was Jim actually, it was not just that it's here as a memory, but this is the past, which kind of took me aback, but it's like I can kind of get what that means. And I thought I'll just ask Rose what you might say about, like, it's like the past is here, like right now.
I would say the past is just a memory, and the memory is in this. So it's just this. So the memory is this. So yeah. It's not very special answer. It's just a memory. And then that happens. Yeah, not now, but this is when this is happening, then there's a memory, or it seems like the past is already a story, but it's just a memory or an image or a little film. It's this. So it's not really past. There is no past. There's no time. It's just this. Yeah.
Huh. So when you say it's a memory, then to me it feels like it's not separate from this. But this whole thing about it's a memory almost makes it seem like that's all it is. Like in sci-fi, it's like, oh, a memory gets implanted, so that's all the past is. But to me, it kind of seems like I mean, there's all kinds of things besides memory.
But it's just a memory. And even a memory, it's just a film. Little story is there going on. And that's it. It's not important. There's just a little film. It can be a film of the memory of the film yesterday you were watching, or maybe seems to be like childhood films. Well, there's no meaning in it. So it just comes up like that. That's it. So no meaning, no importance, nothing.
Yeah.
Just that. Like a table, can also a table. It's the same.
Right. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. That's pretty much how I'd been kind of getting it before I heard this statement that this is the past, which it actually made it more this, which in a way feels more right. But I can get what, I mean, I do get what you're saying about, it is just a thought.
But it's just a little film.
A memory, I mean.
We call it a memory because that's already a little tricky, because when they're saying a memory, then it seems like I remember that from my life. So before, it's just a little film. It's very neutral. It's just a little film that comes up like childhood things or mother or whatever. And then maybe there's something like, oh, that's the mother, my mother, or something. Then that's it. But that's it. There's no meaning in it at all, maybe. And that can be a feeling, but it has nothing to do with, oh, we think because of that memory, there's a feeling. There's a memory, maybe there's feeling somewhere, but it's not inside this body. We are so busy with this memory is happening in me or in my body or in my life, or there's just memory. It's just that film. It's not only that. For no one, we think, oh, there's in my body, but there's inside no one. So it's happening in this body for no one, we say. Then instead of me, we use the word no one. It's still a story, because it's still seen that when there's that memory, it's happening for you in a way. You can say, oh, it's happening for no one, but that's just words. It's only that memory, only that little film. That's what's happening. That's everything. It's an appearance. That's it. Not for no one inside this. It's what in the non-duality world now is happening a lot, is that it seems like there's this body, and inside, and I'm, as Rose, I'm speaking about that. No, it's only that film, or it's only a hand waving. It has nothing to do with Rose or this body. It's an appearance of part of that body appears. That's it. Nothing is real. It's an appearance. There's nothing happening. So nothing is important. It's a film coming, or we call it a memory. It's already a little bit important in that. Maybe just a film of something, or a little story. That's it. Comes and goes, and then the floor. No meaning at all. For no one. For no one is really no one. It's just nothing. Appearing as a film.
Cool. Thank you, Rose.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Rose.
Hey.
Just one more question. So, do you have any apparent me's in your life? And if you do you talk to them about this?
Their friends are still they are really involved in everything, free will and choice and that. Yeah. No, there's not so much talking about this. But what happens, the sharing of this message doesn't need to be in the words we use here. It's energetic. So in that sense, the message, this is shared. But in another way, in the way that there's a talking, there's nothing trying to change anything or things like that. It's just not there. So that more. But there's no need to share. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes when there's an opening, sometimes it happens, like talking about this, but a lot of times there's not. Most of the time, it's just talking about anything else. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, Rose.
Yeah.
Again. I won't be so chatty this time. Would you say, this contraction that you talk about, would you say it kind of includes like a sense of like weight and solidity? Is that part of the contraction? Or is that just something that's like still there? Like the solidity of this, or is it more like ethereal kind of?
I don't understand your question. Is it about when there's me going on and that contraction, how that it feels, or what is? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just say that when I had this second glimpse, it was like toward the end of it was like a 3-hour long thing, and toward the end, it was like I could just feel the contraction, like coming back more strongly. And it also felt like a sense of like just the weight and solidity of this. There was just all of a sudden like heavy and dense. And I was just kind of curious if that stuff's related, or if the contraction you talk about something different.
But that's the contraction that can happen. That can still happen, a contraction, but that's just what's happening. But there's nothing going on about being busy with that. When that happens, and then after a while it's something else. There's nothing going on about that.
So there could still be a contraction without a me there.
Yeah, sure. But there's never a me. That seemed like
that's true.
That's because that's contraction. But there's so many beliefs with that seem like, oh, I feel so imprisoned, and and then that whole story with that. And when that's not there, that can be anything. There can be contraction or thoughts about, oh, what's going on here, and then they go, and then nothing is grasping, or that's just nothing. Just that can happen too. Yeah, it's everything. So there's nothing going on about that. It doesn't matter. Then there's that contract. Then so it's this is not about, oh, it's always like, oh, I'm feeling so good. No, it's just like that. No, yeah, not really like that, but it can happen, or something else. But there's nothing. What I say, it's nothing busy with that. Maybe I don't know if that's real. You could say that, something like that. It's just not a right. It's not that I think, oh, I don't need to be busy with that. No, it's just it doesn't come up. It doesn't come up. I don't know how to. It's even that. I was talking with somebody who was like me, was always busy with looking at myself and doing things with that personal growth and things like that. And that later on, it was like when maybe that's happening, that contraction. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do that. How to be busy with that. That can come up like, oh, what is that? But I don't. Yeah. But how can I do something busy with that? I don't know how to do that. So that's lost. That's crazy. But it seems so normal, and then suddenly I don't know. So it doesn't arise. It's even lost in that sense. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. And what is there wrong with a contraction? That can happen, or pain, or yeah.
Yeah, I was just mostly wondering about like in a sensation, as far as the sensations of it. But yeah, it's like nobody there cares about that.
No, yeah, but that's it. That's it.
It's just
and it's more relaxed. You could say it's more relaxed, but sometimes it can so be embodied, and then there's suddenly going, and then it's going. That's how it goes. That's just life. But who cares? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. It's everything. It's life, and it's everything. It's flowering. It's budding. There's no one inside. So it's not only this body is real and there's no one inside. This body is, everything is an appearance. So the body is an appearance, and it's energetic. So everything is flowing, and there's an appearance, and there's everything. And it still is, of course. There's nothing different here than in other bodies. that seems to be different. But it's the same, but can be such a belief about what's going on, and then, oh, this is still there. No, that you can't explain, but it's everything. The thought, it's still there, is also what's happening. So it can't be not it. It's already everything. Every thought, every sensation is it already. And if there's sensation and then there's, oh, it's still going on, then that's what's going on. That's life. It is everything. It is every sensation, every thought, and if it's not seen that it's an appearance, but it feels like solid, then it's very strong that, oh, it's solid, then that's what's happening. So it can't be not it. It's everything. Well, the walking is already it. The closing the computer and thinking, then that's it. So it's everything already. You can't miss it. It's the only thing there is. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you. Oh, all kind of hearts. Stop the computer. Stop the recording.